moving out of trafficking is very difficult. And so when I worked at the ranch, you know, these are young gals, teenagers that believed that the man who was controlling them, their trafficker, was someone who loved them. And they felt loyal, and they were made to believe that this person had their best interest, and anyone outside of his circle did not have their best interest. So they didn't trust law enforcement, they didn't trust social services, they didn't trust. So they didn't come to us like most of the time willing. They were more kicking and screaming in some ways. You know, they believed that, you know, I'm supposed to be with this guy and he's going to take care of me. And, you know, he sold them this dream of, you know, someday I'll marry you and we'll be, or whatever, all these kinds of falsehoods. So often, not every time, often it's a struggle. And there's been so much abuse and pain that they reflect that. You know, they're angry, they hurt, they don't trust you. And, you know, they've been conditioned that way, and so it's a process to earn that trust and to show that you don't intend to, you have good intentions for them and that you want to see them grow and to mature. And so that process is difficult. Now, if you look at an adult woman who's been trafficked since they were 13 or 14, and now they have been years, let's say you're 22, and years of this kind of life that's been victimized and abused and beaten down, and no skills, no education, all of those things are huge barriers, along with the criminal charges that come with being a trafficked person. You know, it's not the pimp getting the charges, it's the women that are picked up and given charges. And so now you're looking at years of pain that has to be overcome. So it's a very difficult process, and for some women, it's going to be difficult for them to believe they could ever leave this life. How would I ever get a job anywhere? Who's going to hire me? And so we have to overcome that. You know, you when you meet these young ladies, your heart just goes out to them because you know that there's this beautiful person in front of you that they have no idea that they are, and don't believe they ever would be worth anything to anyone. But yet, you know, God has a plan for their life, and He has given them skills and abilities and talents that He wants to use in their life. And okay, so the goals of restoration are, once a woman or girl or a boy comes out, is to really wrap healing services around them that involve some therapy, because by then there's a real need for that. Education and understanding of what actually has happened, how they fell into that. You know, I believe in the work that I'm doing that God is very powerful and able to really be part of that restoration piece. Then you're talking about skills, building skills, giving opportunities for a new way of life. They've missed the opportunities to learn how to make money in any other ways. And so you need to be able to wrap those type of services around the victim so that they can start to build skills, build independent living skills that they didn't gain while they were being trafficked. Simple things of how do you shop economically so that you can provide meals that aren't too expensive and that can be afforded, and opportunities to explore areas they never. Everyone's got their bents, and to discover that, hey, I am good at car mechanics, or I am good at cooking, or I am, to find the areas that they really have those gifts and those interests in, and giving them opportunities to explore that so that they can move forward in their life in those areas that will give them most satisfaction and be able to be citizens that can be productive.